Oops, oops, got it on here. But yo, people, welcome to another stream, and this one is the FIFA Women's World Cup predictions. We're starting in 2 days, and I'm waiting just on one more person, but we thought we can't keep you guys waiting too long, so I've got Mr. Canada, Chris Mossing. Yeah,
Our
so
women's. Hopefully they do better than the men, hey?
yeah, well, the man disappointed me. But yeah, it is here now. Just waiting for this week to come up.
How you
There's
doing, Hannah?
money.
Manny, too.
Oh
Are you
yeah,
good,
Hi,
Manny?
Chris. Oh,
yeah. How are you boys? You guys good?
Real good. Raining outside. Arsenal's in America now.
yeah, we're good.
Things are good.
One of
Okay.
these days, Chris, they need to come to your neck of the woods.
Yeah, they should come to do a quick Canada tour. But I don't know. After two Americas back to back, they'll probably do an Asian tour, or Australian or something next year, I would think.
Yeah.
Agreed, but
Besides
that's the thing. I
shows-
mean, there's a huge Canadian, um, support
A lot of
base.
us
It's
just
ridiculous that they can't keep ignoring that.
Yeah, a lot of us just go to the States anyway and watch the games. Arsenal Canada was organizing something to go see a couple of the games.
yeah,
But
that's fair.
yeah, it's good to see everything coming together and this Women's World Cup, despite the weird times and schedules, I think it should still go off good. I mean, Australia and New Zealand will sport their teams very good, but sounds like they're giving away a lot of tickets to the other matches to try and get the stadiums filled up because it's a long way to
Yeah.
go for a lot of people like North America or Northern Europe to go to Australia. It's quite the trip.
You
It is.
bet.
It is.
I mean,
Maybe some
at least
South
if you're based in
Africans can
Asia,
get
then you
down
don't
there.
really. At least if you're based in Asia or even Africa to an extent, you probably won't have too much of an issue, watching the games in Oz. But still, it's a bit of a problem sometimes. But it is what it is. I
Should be a
mean,
good
if you remember, Chris, Hanno and I were, like I said, Chris, if you remember, Hanno and I were actually covering the 2020 World Cup, which was held in Australia. And
2020, what? The rugby or what?
The
cricket World
Cricket.
Cup.
Oh yeah, you guys were doing cricket. I remember that. But yeah, the
Yeah.
women's Euros was last year in England when I was there. That was, got quite the hype. And every women's World Cup, I mean, it's just the bars raised more and more. And yeah, there might be a couple blowouts, like Vietnam and Philippines might have some difficult matches, but it overall, I mean, the level has really risen. Like teams like Denmark and Switzerland and Korea and Colombia, like a lot of teams are a lot better than they used to be. Women's games really starting to come on.
Definitely. And yeah. I hope we go to Western Africa, Far East, and Australia in future tours. Can't ignore those hands by going to the
Yeah, like
States.
we probably make good money going to States, but I mean, I think we'd make big money Arsenal too going to Asia as well.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, let's get to the group's predictions.
Yeah, it's tasty.
So before we go on to predict some of the matches, we'll just predict like the order of the groups mostly, and
Yeah.
then we'll do the matches, and talk a bit about each group. Um, so yeah, of course, Biap Look, Biap is South, and Chasfen. So Group A, this one is probably one of the toughest groups.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call.
Norway, New Zealand, Switzerland, Philippines. no Philippines, but the other three are, Norway should do well. They didn't do well in the Euros. New Zealand, Switzerland. I personally think they will be battling for second place. I think Norway will up their level and secure first. But what do you guys make of that group? Group A.
Yeah,
Money.
it's the first game of the tournament, playing in New Zealand with their, what do they call them? The Ferns or something?
Yeah,
New
I
Zealand
think the
women. Yeah.
the
Uh,
Black
it'll
Ferns.
be a tough game for Norway. I mean, Norway's missing one of their better players, but the other one didn't go to the World Cup last time. What is her name? She's one of the best player, Hageberg or something. What is her name? It's bothering me. Looking it up. But yeah, I think Norway still wins the group, but it's not going to be very easy at all. I mean, they won the first 2 or 3 women's World Cups in the late 80s, 90s, and we're always one of the best teams. But yeah, they haven't been on top for a while now, haven't they?
Yep, they haven't. And this could, in some way, be a little bit of a comeback of sorts for the
Yeah,
Norwegian team.
Hegerberg. I'm saying her name wrong. I was saying
Yeah, Helderberg.
Hageberg.
Yeah, exactly.
Hegerberg.
Exactly.
She refused to play the last time, so now she's in the lineup and in her prime, and plays for Lyon in France, and so yeah, having her and having goals in your team sure will help Norway a lot, because that's where they struggled last time in the World Cup. They couldn't get goals. Same with the Euros.
Yeah, but I still think that Norway should have more than enough to take them through, and there will be some very interesting matchups. Of
Switzerland,
course,
I mean, with
New
all
Zealand,
their good
obviously.
players, Switzerland has a
Yeah,
few we know in the Women's Super League in England. Switzerland will do good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this wouldn't necessarily be a group of death, as it were, but you
I
know,
mean, yeah, because Philippines is weak, right, Manny? But it's a tough call between those 3.
white caps. Okay, so yeah. It's tough. Really
Whitecaps.
tough.
I thought they were the Ferns.
Yeah, same. Like white.
no, actually, the New Zealand men's team are the all whites because they play
All
in an
white.
all white strip,
Yeah,
and
White Ferns. Maybe it is Whitecaps. Maybe Luke's right.
I
Whitecaps
mean,
or Vancouver Whitecaps.
Yeah.
well, I think
But
that's another team which
Yeah.
will obviously be close to your heart. I know that Vancouver's a little bit further out west than Saskatchewan, but it is what it is, eh?
Yeah, they're a good club.
yeah.
Hanno, who did you have winning this group or coming second? It's a tough call between those 3: New
So
Zealand, Switzerland, Norway.
mine is Norway to the top. New Zealand just because they have that home advantage. Sneak
Yeah,
into second, and then Switzerland, Philippines.
yeah,
I might
Norway.
actually sort of say that with New Zealand, the home advantage might prove to be a disadvantage. I might actually see Switzerland pulling off a bit of a shock, and
Yeah, because I
you know,
Switzerland getting 2 ties, like tying Norway. So I have Norway 7, Switzerland 5, and New Zealand 4 points.
So
yeah. So New Zealand could obviously struggle. I think that
That first game's huge. If they can tie Norway, that'll set them off, you know. So Hanno's
yeah,
right. I mean, they could easily get second too.
yeah. Moss, yours.
Yes, New Zealand third, Norway in the top spot, Switzerland second with tying Norway.
So you and Manny agree.
I'm going
So
to agree
far.
with Moss. I don't think that Switzerland will tie with Norway, but they should probably either beat New Zealand,
Or tie them and
scrape
then win
through
on
against them,
goals.
or else possibly end up, securing second spot
It
on
might
goal
be
difference or goal
whoever
scored.
beats Philippines by more. Hey, Manny.
You bet. You bet. The one thing I know about the Philippine men's team is that Sven-Göran Eriksson was once upon a time their manager.
They're tough. It's going to be a tough tough job for Philippines in this pool.
You bet your bovril.
Yeah. Next group, Group B.
Group B. Big
Again,
one.
an interesting one. But Moss,
I
it
think a
is your
lot
group.
of yeah. It's my group, and first night we play Nigeria. I'm going to do a watch along on Across the Pond Sports Talk for that one. Canada Nigeria. It's 10 p.m. I think, or no, 8:30 p.m. my time. So 10:30 Eastern and early morning in the UK and for you guys, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna do a watch along for that one, and I think most people would pick Australia because what Hannah was saying with New Zealand, they're gonna have packed crowds. It sounds like the Australian games, and we play Australia that third match of the group, so it's gonna be huge that third match. I think Ireland's in tough. I mean, they got Katie McCabe from Arsenal, but I think they're still in tough because Nigeria's got some quality goal scorers. I mean, that girl that starts with an Ola Shaiwe or something, she plays for Barcelona, doesn't she? And
Yeah.
she can really
Mm.
score some goals, Nigeria. So Nigeria is going to be tough. I have Canada just scraping by, winning 2-1 against Nigeria. But I also have us beating Australia because we went down there last year and played them twice and won 2-0 both times. So I think we can take Australia.
This group might be the worst group of the tournament.
Yeah,
An
Nigeria
actual
is a
group of
quality
death.
team. Nigeria is good. Hanno, you would know from South Africa playing them.
Yeah, they are a decent team. They know marks. I think they reached the quarterfinals of the AFCON Women's.
Yeah, they lost to that team that surprised. Did you guys beat them? No, or Morocco beat them, or
Let me just check.
Morocco was at
Check.
home in that African Cup, Women's Cup.
Yeah, let me check it just yeah. Um, I'm sure they reached the. Uh, where is the?
I think either
Yeah,
you guys,
we beat them. We beat them.
yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
we
beat
beat them.
Nigeria.
Yeah, we beat
I
them
think you're
on.
probably you. Those are the two best teams in Africa: South Africa and Nigeria.
Yeah, we beat them in a group match.
Oh,
2-1.
yeah. Someone took them out in the.
Um,
Might have been Morocco.
where? Yeah. Uh, it was Morocco on penalties.
See, it was.
5-1 penalties.
But yeah, I think Nigeria is actually the better team, and they have
And
more
and
experience. They've been
Nigeria
in these
women
World
also
Cups.
lost to Zambia women. So they are 50-50 team. They can perform good and
Yeah,
perform
they
bad.
can play the big teams pretty good, like because they can score and nick a goal, Nigeria. But they could lose to a bad team too.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, just taking a look at the Nigerian team, despite the fact that they do have some talent, they might just be lacking a little bit in the, experience part. Yeah. You mentioned the star player, Oshoala,
Yeah, never
and
say
she
never.
is, of course, with Barcelona and did win the
Yeah, she's really
Champions
good.
League and La Liga with them.
If she can,
And
get them into leads, hey Manny, they'll have a fighter's chance. That's for sure.
agreed. But, having said that, I just think that, again, if they're depending too much on her, it might be difficult. There was also another player to watch. I believe she's half English and a former England youth international, but then she switched to Nigeria. Her name, I don't really know her name. Can't get her name at the moment. But I don't see Nigeria going too far. It will probably end up being a bit of a fight
Yeah,
between Ireland
Australia,
and
Canada.
Nigeria for the third spot. And Ireland have done magnificently to qualify. But the thing about Ireland is that, as is normally the case, they will do well to qualify and then just not quite have enough in terms of steel to get through to the next stage. And that's not going to be a discredit to Vera Pauw's team, because I'll tell you what, if you're up against the host nation, Australia, and a Canadian team that are, of course, the defending Olympic champions, if memory serves me right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it is not going to be easy. And as long as Canada still have Christine Sinclair, I mean, I don't know if she'll be necessarily starting every game, but she will be at least be brought off the bench. And she will certainly have a bit of a role to
She'll probably
play.
start that
Uh,
first game, but she doesn't play up front anymore, Manny. She kind of plays attacking center mid now.
Right. Maybe I don't, and she probably might not end up getting her 200th goal in this tournament, but
It's amazing how
you know, I mean, maybe she'll get a few more and then have a chance to get the magic 200 and then retire. And
because we got the three girls on Chelsea. Ashley Lawrence, she won a title with PSG. She's come to Chelsea now. Kadisha Buchanan, probably the best center back in the whole world, that never gets talked about. She's won Champions League everywhere she goes. Lyon, and
Yeah.
she won with
She
Chelsea last
came
year.
from Lyon to Arsenal.
Yeah, and Jessie Fleming's maybe the best midfielder. She'll take our penalties too. She's on Chelsea, and then we have Arsenal. We have Lacasse, who's we just signed. She's on Canada. She'll probably be backup striker. Probably come on, and we have a backup goalie that's on Arsenal too. So, yeah, the Canadian girls, I think we'll do good. I mean, it's been the same kind of unit, bringing in some youth, here and there. But Bev Priestman, our English coach manager, just like our men's team has an English manager. She's done really
Herdman.
good. Yeah, Bev Priestman. She's done really good with. She worked under Herdman, and then she's taken over, and she worked with England too with Neville, and she's a really good manager. And I think we're gonna win the group. I'll just put that out there. I think we'll upset Australia in that third game, or tie them, and maybe win on
that's
goal.
a big call. That's a big call.
Or maybe tie them and win on goal difference. But yeah, I think Ireland's the bottom. Nigeria's third. There's nothing for third, right, Hannah? You don't move on at all, right?
No, nothing.
Yeah, there are 8.
Third place, you're out. Sam Kerr, she's an absolute wonderful player at Chelsea, but Kadisha Buchanan, she'll know her rather well at Chelsea. And man, you guys got a good team, eh? I know Chelsea women.
yeah.
Nobody good players. But yeah, you guys might be picking Australia maybe because they're at home.
Nah, I've gone Canada to top.
Oh, nice.
Australia second, and then Nigeria, Ireland. I don't really care who.
I have Nigeria beating Ireland.
Who gets that? What's yours?
Manny, or did he pause up?
Yeah, I mean, like it's for me. There can really only be one option: Canada and Australia to qualify. And the big call will be whether or not it will be Australia or Canada who finish top of the group. I actually think that Australia.
Game. It's going to be an awesome
game. But I'm going for Australia to just pip Canada. I think Sam Kerr and the ladies will
find
that extra gear.
They might have more goals. You're right.
Yeah, but Australia and Canada to go through, Ireland and Nigeria to, scrap it out and provide some. Yeah.
Some entertainment here.
Group C.
What's yours, Moss? Canada, Australia, Nigeria, Ireland.
Canada first, Australia second. I got Nigeria third.
Okay, so same with me there. And Manny, you've got Ireland ahead of Nigeria, or what's?
Yeah, Ireland should be ahead of Nigeria. I think they'll just have a little bit more experience than them, and they should come through.
Katie McCabe, the Arsenal girl on Ireland.
So yeah, we'll see. Group C. Now this might be one of the worst groups.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too.
Because there's not really any quality in
Spain's got talent. They're having trouble with their federation, like Canada. The women are kind of in a battle. So I don't know how pumped they are.
And of course England also. So
but Japan's always really good side. So it's hard for me to decide who wins that, Japan or Spain. I don't know about you guys.
Japan, of course, are former champions, are they not?
Yeah, they won the World Cup, beating US in a shootout one time. Yeah, is that 2 World Cups ago?
What, that's Japan or Spain?
Japan, yeah, they've won before.
Oh, fair, fair, fair dues to Japan.
It's a
Hmm.
tough call. Spain's pretty good, but I've gone Japan first,
Ooh.
beating Spain second, and then Costa Rica and Zambia. I only have 1 point that they tie each other.
No, I'm going bold.
You're gonna go
Not
Spain?
of that. I'm saying Spain first, Japan
That's a good
second,
call.
and Zambia to get third place ahead of Costa Rica.
Yeah, I got them
Well,
tying.
that's a
So
very
I
big
don't know.
call. Now, for me, it should be. I think Spain will probably end up finishing first, given their higher ranking. They do have Alexia Putellas back
Yeah,
and playing,
what, 2 in a
and
row
of course,
Ballon d'Ors, isn't it?
yep, she ruptured her cruciate ligament on the eve of Euro 2022, so she was a huge loss. But now that she's
Yeah,
back fit, I think she'll be fine. And
yeah, Spain's pretty solid. It's a tough
yeah,
call,
so
but if you go either way there,
Spain and Japan to go through for me, and
Yeah,
Costa Rica to finish above Zambia.
yeah, that's what I
Okay.
have. Except I got Japan first.
Okay. So we've gone Costa Rica. Okay, and then
But
yeah,
I think you guys could be right. Spain could easily win.
that's fair. Group D. England, Denmark, China, and Haiti. First, commiserations to Haiti. Well done to make it this far. Um, but unfortunately, it's going to be
It's
a
gonna be
big,
rough
big
for Haiti,
mountain
I
to
think.
climb. It's, China, I don't think they will be good, but yeah.
I got to count up who gets more goals because I got China and England both on 7 points.
Why 7? Do you think they will?
Tie each other.
Not a bad shout, really. I mean, England,
Two.
especially, of course, we're without 2 of
Oh,
our Arsenal stars in Beth Mead and Leah Williamson. This really should have been the best opportunity for Steph Houghton to
yeah. This could have
come
been
back
England
in.
winning. This could have been England winning, Manny, this World Cup. But these
It could have been,
injuries,
yeah. I
it
mean,
just
especially
knocks
if
them down that 1 peg.
absolutely, and that's the thing. You do basically some Serena Wiegmann has and Steph Houghton have some sort of a feud. I think I'm not too sure what's going on there, because I mean, you don't with Steph Houghton doing really well to recover from that Achilles injury and do really well with Manchester City, it was almost criminal that she was never considered an option. I take the point that at the time the other defenders were obviously playing quite well, but when you have someone like Leah Williamson coming out, you want someone of a similar character to come back in there. I know that Lucy Bronze and Millie Bright are quite experienced. Bright, in fact, will
Yeah,
captain
Millie
the team,
Bright's too slow
but
for me.
yeah, but someone like Houghton would have definitely been a really, really inspired selection. The determination that she showed would have come in handy. Sadly, I think this could very well be the end of Steph Houghton's international career, although you just never know. I mean, I never thought that Farrah Williams would play for England after being dropped by Phil Neville for the World Cup. She did come back and make a substitute appearance and would have earned a few more caps had she not been forced to retire with that kidney injury, ailment of hers. But the squad is lacking in experience now with a lot of injuries, and I really don't see them, sadly, going too far in this tournament. I wouldn't necessarily say they won't top the group. In fact, they should be able to have enough in them to top the group. But when you lose players of the caliber of Beth Mead
Yeah,
and Williamson and maybe 1 or 2 others, you know, and you don't pick any experienced players who could help the team out, you're asking for trouble. I know Jordan Nobbs has come back into the team and she's doing quite well, but Wiegmann will regret not picking Steph Houghton. I'm sorry to say that.
yeah. I think.
England should. You were saying, Chris?
Well, I just think that England-China game is going to be the big one, and if China can tie them, then it's going to go on goals, and that's what worries me without Beth Mead and a few of those players that have been injured. That maybe there's not enough goals in the England team, but man, I just calculated it, and it would go down to goal difference, and then goals for, and China would have one more than England. So I got China on top, England on second. But yeah, keep talking about England. Sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. And of course, the loss to Australia certainly didn't do them any favors. And I have to say that we were very, very lucky to scrape that 1-1 against Brazil. Ellie Roebuck, of course, in goal, having an inspired game underneath the pipes. Very unfortunate to concede that goal, but then our defense just switched off. And that's another example of how our defense, if we're caught napping, we will be asking for trouble. But I take a look at this group and I see that Denmark and China are definitely not mugs by any means.
Yeah, Denmark really improved these last 4 years.
Yeah. Lars Sondergaard, of course, is their manager. And
China's tough to play, the women, man. They're just
obviously
they're so quick, they're so busy, they're so good at
and Denmark. Exactly. I mean, that's the same thing that we saw when Brazil were counterattacking under Pia Zindaga, and we're going to come to them. Obviously, I know that Denmark do have some decent players. Pernille Harder became the world's most expensive female footballer in 2020, and has of course played in 2 Champions League finals. But this particular Danish team have not had the best record in major tournaments. But they have, of course, won their past 5 games, including beating Japan 1-0 and beating Sweden 1-0, a 2-0 win over Norway. So, and of course, they beat Uruguay as well. The only loss, of course, being 1-0 to a French team, which should have its confidence back, given that they've got a new manager in who is quite well known.
Yeah.
But I take a look at China as well. China's recent record has not really been one to, shout about. And I think, in as much as the Chinese team may be quick, I don't know if they have the strength to be able to overcome the Danish and the English. So I'm actually going for England and Denmark to qualify from this group, with China just missing out. And Haiti, of course, well, they've made up the numbers, they've qualified, they've contributed, and that's really all we can expect of them.
Yeah, I'm going to doctor mine up a bit. I think England will get first somehow, China second. But yeah, you picking Denmark, that's a good call to get through. But I'll say England first and China second, I guess.
I'm going England, Denmark, China, Haiti.
You guys are the same? Okay. Yeah, Haiti's going to be in tough. It might come down to, like, if Denmark, China, England have ties, it's going to come down to who hammered Haiti the most,
So, Moss, you've gone with who?
England 1, China 2, Denmark 3.
And then mine, I got them.
Don't you think, Manny, Denmark's a lot like Holland, where they got some supreme talents, but it's hard to put a whole squad without any weaknesses. Holland and Denmark, quite similar. Like, they got some supreme skill, and a few ladies, a few good talents, but it's hard to have a whole team yet. But they're getting there.
Yeah, I just think Denmark, some better recent form should stand them in good stead, and I think they will.
They might be taller, and maybe set pieces might be able to beat China.
Yeah.
Let's go through some comments. Just want to say England.
Chelsea fan thinks England's winning that group.
Big up Mars, Money, and Hannah. Big up yourself, Bargav.
Yeah, cool to see you, Berga.
A US win would be fantastic, but the US population is sadly very divided by the women's team.
Yeah, it's tough to choose in US. There's so many good players. It's tough to make their team.
But if you haven't already, go join Moss's Super Brew group. I have joined that.
Yeah, so Egaruzi, the code. If you're already in Super Brew, then it's Egaruzi. I like how they make up these code words in Super Brew.
So joined
Yeah,
that.
and Super Brew, it keeps you organized. So you do your first
Yeah,
round picks, and then they tell you get
this
your
round,
second
second
round
round.
picks in, and so on. So you never miss out.
Yeah, and if they do top it, they got an easy route to the
Don't
semifinals. So
don't we play? Doesn't Group B and D play each other? Canada, Australia,
um,
England.
let me check for you. Um, yeah, but it's second group. Yeah, um, but
So it'd
because
be
I got yeah,
so
so
right now
it's
I'd have
group.
England playing Australia and Canada playing China or Denmark, like you guys said.
Mm. But Group E, another tough one to call.
Yeah.
US,
I think US
US,
wins all their
Portugal.
games. I think US wins all their games, Bargav.
Yeah, same.
And I got
US,
Hall.
Netherlands, Portugal.
Yeah, I got Netherlands second, Portugal third, and Vietnam's gonna get hammer timed. I'm sorry, Vietnam. It's gonna be ugly.
Vietnam versus USA derby.
It's gonna be like I'm serious. I don't want it to be like 10-0, but US are gonna hammer Vietnam because I mean they might think, oh, we might need goals, That first game, they're gonna be fired up. Hey Manny, and oh man, it could be ugly. I have 7-0 for USA right now, but it could be really bad versus
Yeah, I
Vietnam.
mean,
It's their first time
yeah,
in it, and
yeah. The group predictions are quite easy enough here. I cannot look beyond the US and the Netherlands qualifying. Really,
yeah.
we
Portugal's
really shouldn't have
getting
wasted
better.
too much time
Portugal's
over here.
getting better, but they're nowhere near US or Holland yet.
Yep.
So you have same as
Uh,
me: USA, Holland, Portugal, Vietnam.
yep. Same as you. Same as you. This Portuguese women's team isn't really a patch on the men's team, I'm afraid.
Yeah, they're getting there. Benfica was where Lacasse was playing, the Canadian striker. Now Arsenal bought her from Benfica. What am I missing here? Getting a beep on my phone. Nothing. We lost Hano. Well, we didn't get his picks.
Oh,
But
sorry.
so then
Yep.
Group A and C play each other. Group B and D play each other. So maybe E and
Yeah.
G and F and H. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chelsea,
B and D play each other. Well, just think how it would be if Canada were to come up against England.
it'll be awesome. That's what I've been wanting in the men's game, Manny. Canada, England match. I've been wanting it for years. But I mean, I can see England not wanting to ever play us because I mean, what do they have to gain? They have everything to lose, nothing to gain in the men's. But yeah, a women's game would be fantastic between Canada and England. But yeah, it's tough to meet right in the what is it, 2, 4, 6, 8? It'd be the round of 16. That's tough if it was Canada, England. But right now, I have it as Canada playing China and England playing Australia. So that would be
Yeah.
crazy. England playing Australia with all those home fans. Wow.
Yeah. My
But yeah,
mine
I guess we're
is
getting ahead of
USA.
ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah. Mine is USA, Netherlands, Portugal, Vietnam. So
Yeah,
and
we're all the
Benfica
same on that
versus.
group. That was the first one. We're all exactly the same.
Yeah. But France, Brazil, Jamaica, and Panama. Group F. Hmm.
This is a tough one. I mean, Panama's in tough, I think, the
Yeah, that
CONCACAF team, but those other three, it's going to be a battle. I have France winning it. Maybe Manny does too.
Yeah,
same.
France under Hervé Renard obviously have gotten a little bit of morale back. The old coach, whose
Didn't
name will
he
not be
used to always
mentioned.
coach Lyon and all those Champions League titles they had? Wasn't that him?
I don't know about. I don't think he was that big. He had that much of a involvement in those club teams. In fact, obviously he's made his name as more of an international coach, coaching the likes of Zambia and Ivory Coast to African Nations Cup successors.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did coach Lille for a short period of time, but that's pretty much it. he made his name really coaching in Africa, mainly with
Yeah, he's gone
the
around already.
Francophile countries, Zambia and Ivory Coast. He also did pretty well with Morocco. The Atlas Lions took them to the Russian World Cup in 2018, and then of course Saudi Arabia in 2023. So
Yes,
I'll tell you what, the opportunity to coach the
he's a
French women
professional
is,
mercenary coach, isn't he, Manny?
you get that, and obviously with Corinne Diacre being dismissed,
No, he
she
wasn't.
Renard
No,
eventually became manager, and I think the the morale seems to have improved quite a lot. Wendy
yeah,
Renard, of
they have a lot
course,
of talent.
no relation to Hervé, of course, is captain. I believe there was a former captain who could have made an appearance, but been in the squad, but she ended
Yeah,
up
you're right. He coached Lille at one
missing.
time, not Lyon.
She ended up missing the squad. I really can't look beyond France and Brazil qualifying, and the Brazil-France
Yeah,
matchup will be really, really good. Pia
yeah.
Zindage, of course, is a lady with a great deal of heritage as a coach, having coached both her native Sweden and the US, winning Olympic gold with the US twice, and of course, not quite winning the World Cup with in 2011. I think that was where they lost to Japan, and Sweden, of course, won the inaugural European Championship when she was a player in 1984, and
It's
they've
probably
selected Marta. They've selected Marta da Silva, and she is fit for the tournament.
yeah. Her and Christine
And
Sinclair, they just keep going.
yeah, still very much capable of the quick-footed skill and flair. But one thing which really excites me about this Brazilian team is that without Marta, they still managed to win the Copa America Femenina. And of
Yeah,
course,
they
Marta
they
didn't really play
finally
a part.
played a lot of their younger players for once. They were always sticking
Exactly.
with the old ones. A lot.
Exactly, but I tell you what, yeah, obviously Formiga, the really, really old, venerated
Yeah,
lady,
she
is no
played
longer playing
forever.
international football, but she's still doing well at club level. But Marta obviously has a role to play with her experience and know-how. I don't think she'll start the games. She could end up
I think
captaining
she'll
the
be a
team.
sub, and she'll probably score. She'll probably come on and score a couple games.
It could very well be. It could very well be. Or she could start some of the lesser games in this group. She could play against the likes of Panama and Jamaica and maybe come on against France as an impact sub. And
But yeah,
I
I
think
was
this
telling
French team.
Hano.
Yeah?
Sorry, Manny. I was telling
No,
Hano
go ahead.
before. I was like, don't count out Jamaica. They're gonna have close matches with France and Brazil because they can score, and most of their women are British and American. Like they've grown up in American college, American, soccer soccer academies and things, and there's a couple English too that are Jamaican. Just like the Jamaican men's team, they're going out and finding people that are, parents. One parent was Jamaican, grandparents Jamaican, and they have some really good American and a couple English players on their team, and they're a lot better. Like we used to hammer Jamaica, and we'll barely beat them now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They'll,
but
they'll,
I
they'll
tell,
give they're gonna give
yeah, but
France and Brazil a run, but I still have them coming third.
yeah, they
Same.
should end up coming for third, and and then of course,
Kind of weird that there's two CONCACAF teams in one group, but
yeah, yeah, Panama as well, right? Yeah.
yeah, Panama and
Um,
Jamaica.
but listen, I think when it comes to France and Brazil, they just got more of the experience and know-how. I'm actually going to stick my neck out and say that Brazil, the Canarinhas, should come on top against France.
Oh, good.
So
That's
Brazil to
Oh,
top the group, France to come in second.
a good call.
Piers and Sandage is a really, really smart coach.
Yeah, that
She
Swedish
will get the
coach that
best out of that
coached.
Brazilian team.
Yeah, she coached that American team. Now she's coaching Brazil. I heard. Yeah,
yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Pierre Trudeau.
good
she coached
manager.
them the US two Olympic goals.
Yeah, and they lost the World Cup in penalties. So yeah, she's a quality coach.
Yep.
Yeah, Pierre Block. This is always
Luke,
what
my
you try
buddy
and do.
from
You should
Montano.
like
Yeah,
to do that. And it's more honest. So yeah. But Group G, this is my group.
yeah,
Argentina, Italy, South Africa,
That I think
Sweden.
this is the group of death because there's so many different outcomes you could think of in this group.
Definitely. So, uh, hopefully, we get second place. And of course, we will be playing the the winner of Group E. So, fingers crossed, Netherlands do something against US.
Although
um,
it's good to show if your girls can get that second and play USA, Hano. It's a good way to really
I don't
show
want to
how.
play
I mean,
US.
you'll lose, but it's good the way to show that hey, we can play with the best in the world, maybe.
Yeah, true. But we are, of course, the reigning, defending AFCON champions. So expects us to at least get second place. How the only thing is, can we get enough goals? Because our team aren't really team that can put up 5 nil.
I was watching an interview, the preview of this group, Hano, and your goalie was doing a lot of the talking. She seems really good. Your goalie.
Yeah, our defense is really superb. Look, we kept clean sheets. Or we beat Morocco um, in
In the final.
in a qualifier for next year's AFCON. Although we already qualified, we kept we got that. We kept a clean sheet away against Libya, which is a tough place to go. Oh, and even if you look at the AFCON that took place last year, uh, around this time, we went away we beat Zambia 1-0, and Zambia, they were on fire at that time. Um, would be 2 hours that we do.
Do you have some pretty
Um,
good goal scorers or what?
I wouldn't say our goal scores is one of our best. We usually scrape out a match 1-0, 1-0 mostly. Don't
Yeah,
really have.
and that's what Italy and Argentina are like. So that's why I was kind of thinking you guys could, if you can beat Argentina, you might. I think you'll get second place.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the group right now, and this Argentinian team, I mean, one of their star players is 40 years old, and will be turning 40 next month on the 14th of August. I believe she's captain and their goalkeeper. She's no Emmy Martinez, but she's not so bad. Of course, their last game they played, they lost 7-0 to Spain, so not a very good look for them.
Yeah,
And it will be a battle between Italy and Argentina to see who comes through in that group
yeah. I think
alongside.
it's going to be South Africa.
Um,
I don't think Argentina's very good. They don't take
yeah,
women's football serious, and they're
yeah,
just starting to now. Italy has for years, but yeah, I think
yeah, but
Because there's Syria Women's League now. I think that's raised Italy, so maybe they could get second. But I don't know. I'm taking South Africa second.
Yeah, same.
mm,
What are you saying, Manny?
yeah,
Italy
the
second?
problem the problem with South Africa is, of course, they're very low world ranking at the moment. Take the point when you and Hanno say that they are playing exceptionally well. And of course, as a proud South African, Hanno is very eager to see Banyana. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
see them do well. I just think that with Italy, obviously, again, it's going to be a question of experience and know-how, and they obviously have a higher world ranking. It'll probably end up being Sweden and Italy, with South Africa to just miss out and end up in third. Sorry about that, but
Oh,
Yeah,
Italy, South Africa, no Sweden.
I
Sweden.
got
no.
Sweden.
I said Sweden. I
No,
said Sweden and Italy and South Africa to finish third.
Yeah,
Chelsea fan not backing the Swedes. Wow, big
Maybe
hole.
maybe he likes turnips better.
Let's see. Yes, Brazil possibilities at least. Why do you mean as winner
Oh,
or final? I
that's
don't
gonna.
think so.
I'm I mean, if it does happen, I am going to go for the Canarinas, and it will be a very interesting game if Pearson Dage goes up against her former team. And of course, Marta still plays her club football, I believe, in America with Orlando, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you got a few players that play in Mexico and a couple of Scotland and America. South Africa's getting their players out there now.
Yeah, no, okay, decent. So for Sweden, are the favorites,
Sweden's really
um,
good.
and they're one of the most consistent teams out there.
Yeah.
So they should definitely do this.
You almost
For
want them to win every game, Hanno, so that you can, like in my group, so that you guys can draw or beat, Italy and Argentina. You want Sweden to just go and beat everybody,
yeah, yeah,
and then you guys can get into that second spot.
um, but players to watch.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know from you.
For us, I, I would say it's mostly our goalkeeper and one of our big playmakers. Let me just us get it
I
here.
got your
But
list up, but I don't know who's the best.
um, let me just get our list up. Um,
There's this one that plays in America at Louisville, Thembi Kagatlana. Maybe she's one of the better ones.
no,
There's a
what's his
couple that
name?
play in Mexico that are forwards.
Let me quickly just get our.
Linda Motello plays for Glasgow City.
It's
There's a couple one that plays in Italy, one plays in Spain, a defender.
that defender. I place
Noko
in.
Matlo. She's older too.
Yeah, I think it's her. I'm thinking about her. And
You're,
our goalkeeper is also not bad.
is that
Swart.
the? Oh, is it Swart that's the starter? Kaylin Swart.
Um, I I might be
I think all
wrong,
three of
but
your goalies are really good because I saw another one that was in there too.
let me just. Let me just get it up here. It's either or.
Cynthia Makete.
No, no. I think it's. I'm not wrong. Oh, it no, no. Sorry, got confused with. It's Dalmini. Um,
Yeah, that was the one
Dalmini.
they were interviewing. That's who I thought was
Yeah,
the starter. Yeah,
it's
Andali Delmini.
yeah.
She seems like a really good goalie.
She is. But yeah, this game is. Of course,
So
that's our first game.
me and you got South Africa, and Manny has Italy.
Yeah. For me, I think we can do something. Oh, we, we AFCON champions. Like, come on,
Yeah,
respect.
got to
So,
get one African team into that second round. So
uh,
Group A would play groups. Oh, we still got one more group.
Group H.
Pretty tough
Yeah,
call. I think Morocco's in tough. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think Morocco will get
I
much.
think Morocco will do decent. I think Morocco might do something. I'm going to for them
Colombia,
to.
Colombia's super good, Manny. I was telling Hanno earlier. They have this Diana Caicedo, like the player on Brighton that Chelsea's trying to buy. She's 18. She's already got through cancer, but she scores goals like incredible. She's just gone to Real Madrid this year too. Diana Caicedo on Colombia. She's a player to watch out for big time.
Yeah, she's not mentioned here
I,
on this
I think
BBC
Morocco
Sports page.
will.
Daniela Montoya, of course, is their
Yeah,
star player.
she's been their star the last couple World Cups. Yeah,
And now she's captain, of course.
yeah. This Caicedo, she can really score
Yeah.
fast and moves and.
Up and down form, though. I mean, they lost to France and Italy, drew with Mexico, and only had a win against Panama, and then drew with them at home. So
Didn't they come second in Copa to Brazil?
they did come in second, but again, their last few games have been a little bit hit and miss. And this Germany team, I mean, obviously,
They're good.
yeah, I don't see them necessarily going all the way and trying to challenge for the title, but they will certainly give
Well,
other teams a big run
they
for their
barely
money.
lost to England. They barely lost to England, and one of their best, that Pop, couldn't even play in that final. Remember last year in
Yep.
England. So
Yep.
I mean, Germany's right there too.
Yeah. For me, I think Morocco might do an upset and sneak into second place.
Yeah, not for me. But
Yeah,
I
they
think
had a special.
from what
Think
it saw
easily.
when they were playing at home in that African Cup. I mean, they kept everything tight, hey, and didn't give up goals. So they have a couple players
Morocco
I
are
think that
decent.
play in England too, in Morocco.
I think
Yeah, this is actually the player in question, Rosella Ayan, born in
Yeah,
Reading and played for
no,
England at youth level up to under 19, but is now playing for the country of her father's family. And
yeah.
she doesn't speak a word of French or Arabic, but her teammates have taken to her like a duck to water, and she has them.
Is she
And
on the
she
one
could
on
be.
Tottenham? Is she the one on Tottenham now? I think
I don't
so.
quite know. We'll have to see. And of course, Pedros, the coach, has international pedigree as a player, earning 25 caps for France, and obviously he was, of course, the coach who of that Moroccan team which won the women's AFCON. Morocco could cause a few problems. I just think when it comes to these African teams, they fight so hard to do really well and qualify, but very few of them actually go on and go a
And
bit
they're going
further
to
because
play
the European,
defensive. They're going to play so defensive, aren't they, Manny? And
yeah,
then it's
yeah.
eventually going to get them, you know?
It's like the European teams and the teams from North and South America just have so much more in terms of experience and know-how. Germany should top this group quite
Yeah.
easily, and it will be very interesting to see,
Who can get
how
second?
well, who will get second. This South Korean team, coached, of course, by Colin Bell. No, not the Manchester City legend Colin Bell. This is a different
Yeah,
Colin Bell,
they were
who was
really
born in
praising
Leicester.
it.
Born in Leicester and played for Leicester City from 1980 to 1982. Didn't make a senior appearance, and has since then gone on to coaching after moving to Germany, and then had spells as manager of Ireland women and assistant coach of Huddersfield Town men. And they were beaten 4-0 by China in the Asian Women's Cup final. Again, with this team as well, I just don't think they've had enough experience of really doing well and competing in the top level. So that's always going to be a problem with this Korean team. So it should very well be Germany and Colombia who go through. I can't look beyond that. And Germany should top the group quite easily.
and
Yeah, I
then
got
Morocco third or fourth. Manny.
Third. I think the fact that they won the AFCON will give them some confidence, and they might prove to be too much for the Korean women.
Yeah, I think you're right. I watched a preview with that Colin Bell, and these Korean girls have really, really have rallied around him, and he's really pumped them up. I think they're going to give it a good go. But I got Colombia just edging out and getting second. I got Germany, Colombia, Korea third, and Morocco fourth.
Okay,
I
I
could be
have
wrong,
gone
though.
for Germany, Morocco, Korea, Colombia.
No, you think Colombia won't qualify?
Yeah,
You think
he's got
Morocco might cause?
Morocco getting second. So is Chelsea.
Well, it's the African thing. I mean, obviously, he's got to do whatever he can to big up the Africans. Look, I'm sure when I see them play, I'll enjoy watching them play. I'm just going with my head and just saying that it's the experience that will win out in the end.
Yeah.
Germany, Morocco, just fan agrees with me. Oh,
Mm.
interesting. Um, so we'll move on to the group stages. I'll quickly
Round of
share
16.
Mosses, yours, and then you can just quickly predict your tournament and your winner.
Yeah.
Then we'll get to me and Manis.
Yeah, I'll just be back
So
in a few minutes. So yeah, give me a minute.
yeah, no problem. So you've got Norway versus Spain, your first quali- quarterfinal.
Norway, Spain. I'll take Norway. My heritage.
USA, South Africa.
Oh, is that how the order of the games go? I'm just writing them down. Thanks. That was good. Yeah, yeah. Obviously USA, but I think that's an awesome that South Africa gets through and gets to play USA. That'll be quite the
Mm.
show.
You had Japan winning Group C, right? Or did you have someone else?
Yeah. So who do I have? Japan playing
And
Swiss.
Switzerland.
I'll take
Switzerland.
Japan.
Sweden, Netherlands.
I'd like to say Netherlands, but no, it's going to be Sweden.
Canada, China.
We took them Chinese out before a couple World Cups. At home, we did too. So I'll take Canada to beat China.
France, Colombia.
Ooh, that's tough. Yeah, France.
France. England, Australia.
Oh, that's tough. What was it?
Oh, yeah,
France, Colombia, and then
France,
England,
Colombia.
Australia. Oh, see, this is where I'll say the home team takes effect and Australia wins. Oh, that's
Australia.
terrible though. That's such a
Oh,
big matchup.
Germany, Brazil.
Brazil, still changing the guard, old to new. I'm gonna take Germany.
Germany. Fair. Okay. Uh, yes, the quarterfinals. Who will advance to the semifinals? Norway or the USA?
USA, unfortunately.
Japan or the Swedes?
Japan's luck's gonna run out, and Sweden goes through.
Canada, France?
Oh man, that is a tough battle. You were saying that was your semifinal, weren't you? In
Yeah,
yours?
that was my
Yeah.
semi.
Jeez, that's a tough call. I'll go
I
with my
think it might
I'll
be
go with my
mine.
Canada. We got to get to the semis at least.
Australia, Germany.
Germany, Australia's luck. I'll run out there.
Okay. USA, Sweden, Canada, Germany.
North American final, U.S. Canada.
So, winner. Sorry. Bronze final.
Oh,
Sweden
bronze.
or Germany.
Sweden will take the bronze, and unfortunately, I'll say U.S. wins the whole thing.
US
And
wins the whole thing again.
oh, cool!
So
Thanks for
US.
doing that.
Yeah.
Now I gotta try to do that in Super Brew, but at least we get to like see results on the Super Brew
Yeah.
and then like make new predictions.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
join our group on the Super Brew.
yeah.
Did you put it in the description or should I put it in the chat?
It's in the chat.
Yeah, check it out
Yeah.
in the chat. If you're already
Yeah.
on Super Brew, it's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the league code is
Uh,
AGAROOZY. Agaruzzi.
that's yeah. Manny, yeah, is Moss's winners.
Yeah, man.
Let me just skip through. So
That's
you went
cool.
Norway, USA, Japan, Sweden, Canada, France, No, you went to Australia, and then Germany, and then you went USA, Sweden, Canada, and
Wait,
then Germany.
did I predict that?
No,
Oh.
Moss has prediction. Then his semifinals, USA, Canada,
Any new?
and then yeah, the USA won it, and Sweden picked up the bronze medal.
Is this
Ooh.
Manny's?
No,
No, I
this
think
is
that's
yours. I'm
yours.
just showing it to you.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because
Mine. Okay.
the reason why is because I've actually got Germany and Brazil topping their group, so the two group winners
So
cannot
ours will
face
be
each other in the
different.
next round. So it'll probably be
Um,
Germany to play France, and I think Brazil might end up playing Colombia, if I'm correct.
let me just get yours. Then we go through yours quickly. This one is yours. Yeah. So let's click next. Norway, Japan.
Ooh, this is a very tough
Tough
one,
call, eh?
but I'm going for Norway to come out on top in this one.
USA, Italy.
Mamma mia!
We're
No
gonna
chance
get.
for the Italy, I'm
We're gonna
afraid.
need a lot of pass that come close to USA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um, Spain, Switzerland.
That's a tough call.
Paella over fondue for me.
Oh yeah.
To Spain.
Yep.
Sweden, Netherlands.
Ooh, I love me some Swedish meatballs.
Yeah,
Over
Sweden.
Dutch cheese.
Such a solid team, Sweden.
Yeah.
Australia, Denmark.
Time for the ladies to do a waltzing Matilda. Australia.
Australia.
Brazil, Colombia.
Brazil, easy. Vaias Canarinhas.
England, Canada.
Oh, this is
Oh, I
gonna
can't
be.
believe we make that matchup. Oh, it could happen too, though.
It could happen. It could happen. It could happen. And here's the thing about England as well.
I had England,
You know,
Australia. I had England, Australia, Manny.
yeah, this England team also could be very well the sort of team which loses their concentration at the worst possible time. Um, this is probably the toughest matchup that England could have in this tournament. I think, you know what? I'm sorry to say this, Chris. Sorry about this, mate, but England should
Taking
just
us
go
out.
through. Yeah. And Germany should overcome France.
Yeah,
Quarterfinals.
mine when it became England, Australia. I mean, super tough to call, but I went with the home
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. Norway
Norway,
against the
US.
USA. You can't look beyond the USA. No.
Yeah,
But Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan and company for this, especially not
it's
for this one.
ridiculous. The young players in their team are absolutely brilliant, yet they got so many old veterans that are so good. It's they have so much riches in their lineup.
Oh, yeah. Just as well that Carly Lloyd's retired. I think she'd struggle to get in this team.
But so many of the young players are so good. I mean, I see them a bit in this NWSL. You know, we don't get enough of the Super League. We only just got one game a week, it seemed like, from England. But we're starting to see these NWSL games on, and man, some of these young American girls are so good.
Oh, yeah. Now, Spain against Sweden. I know that Patelis has come back into the Spanish team, but one player does not a
Sweden's so
team
good.
make. Sweden are just going to be too strong. It's going to be the smorgasbord again over tapas. Now, Australia and Brazil is a very, very tasty matchup because it will be interesting to see if Sam Kerr and company can do the business. But Pia Zanzagi, once again, her team will just have a little bit too much for them. I'm going for Brazil to win. And sadly, I predict that the Lady Mannschaft will get revenge over England for the 2000 Euro defeat, 2020 Euro defeat, I think. And yeah.
Oh,
So,
you got Brazil in the semis.
yeah,
Oh, cool.
USA against Sweden. Ooh, boy. I'm going for USA, a USA Brazil final.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Manny's gone
USA,
Western Hemisphere just like me too, Hannah.
And
USA, Brazil.
I'm going to sort of, stick my neck out and say Brazil win on penalties,
No
Oh,
way. No
with
way.
Germany to come home with the bronze.
I had Sweden,
oh.
Germany third place too, Manny. Interesting.
So mine.
Yeah, let's see Hannah's. This is a little different than ours.
Let's see. So Norway, Japan, Norway. Sorry, it's hard not to go for the US.
I think
Spain, New
it'll be a
Zealand.
great learning experience if you get that second place and play USA. It's gonna help your girls so much to see where they need to get to, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Spain, New Zealand. I'm going to back New Zealand.
The ferns. The
Ooh,
white
that's
cat,
a big
whatever, the
call.
ferns.
I don't even have New Zealand making the second round.
Yeah, me neither.
Sweden,
That
Netherlands,
home ice
Sweden,
advantage, Manny. That home ice advantage. Hannah likes it.
Yeah, but the problem
Canada.
is they're not playing on ice, are they, Chris?
Home field. We always say home ice.
Oh yeah.
It's a hockey thing, eh?
Yeah.
So New Zealand to top Spain, Sweden to top
Oh, we
Netherlands,
got
Canada to
Denmark.
top
That's nice.
then France, Morocco,
France will kill
France,
Morocco.
England, Australia, England,
England through.
uh, Germany, Brazil. Jeez,
That's a tough one.
Germany, Germany. Uh, USA, Sweden.
Oh, I had Canada, France too here.
France.
You went different than me.
Ooh.
England, Germany.
Oh,
Yeah, for
England.
Euro Cup final. That was the Euro Cup final last year.
Um, no one.
England's lost a couple players. Germany's added a couple. Oh, but he goes to England.
Uh, you know what? Sweden. Go on, Sweden. Sweden and France
That's a
final.
good final. Sweden, France. That's a good final.
Who will win?
Oh man,
France.
that new coach, Herve Renard, that many likes his
France to win.
mercenary ways. He's finally coaching his own country.
So France to win.
I
My
mean,
pick.
uh,
Moss.
say
So
whatever you want
yeah,
about him. Say whatever you want about him, Chris. He gets results.
yeah, he's everywhere he's gone.
Just says I got USA versus Germany final and USA wins. Yeah. Let's quickly do
Man, you had
predictions.
Brazil versus USA final, was it or no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brazil
You
versus the
Hano had an
USA.
all Euro. Hano had Sweden, France.
Yeah, and you had USA Canada.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly go through the matches for the first round.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the watch along. I might do Norway, New Zealand because it's a good first opener, but for sure I'm doing Canada, Nigeria watch along. But yeah, it's tough times for you guys. I mean, so when it's
So the matches for me is
yeah, what
mostly
time are your
7
matches?
a.m., 9 a.m. for me.
Because they have both
Sometimes
morning games over here and they have night games. So really the night is their morning and our morning games are really their afternoon, evening. Yeah.
Yep.
so let's
I
go
mean,
through.
obviously, when they play in the morning, afternoon, it'll be morning over here where I am, and then evening will be late afternoon. So I actually have it pretty good,
It's not
given
too
that it's
bad
being
for
hosted.
you. And
Not
Sadvik
too.
from India, this Arsenal India guy, no Sadvik. I don't know if you know
No, I don't think I've met him before.
Sadvik. He's gonna join me for some. It's not bad times for him. He was saying.
Oh, that's really good.
So you get decent time. I think Bargav's still in India too, Manny.
Yeah, but I don't know how long he's going to be there for. That's the
I think
problem.
he's about to leave back home.
Exactly.
Get a nice trip around the world. Oh yeah, he brought up the Super Brew. I have Norway just 2-1 in that New Zealand game, but man, the Hanoi with it being in New Zealand, man, it could be a draw easily.
You bet. You bet.
Oh,
I
Manny,
think Aussies will take apart Ireland pretty good.
Manny, what's your prediction for New Zealand Norway?
I can bring up my Super Brew
New
again.
Zealand, Norway, huh? Oh, score prediction.
That's a tough one.
Hmm.
You can do our Super Brew group.
I think Norway should win. Should probably win this one, and I'm going for. New Zealand will score, but Norway should come out on top. I'm going for a 2-1 for the
Yeah, that's what I have.
Fair. Australia, Ireland.
Australia,
Australia's
Ireland. Well, given that Australia beat England recently, I think they should have a bit too much for Ireland. Ireland are going to huff and puff, but they're just not going to blow the Waltzing Matildas house down, I'm afraid. 2-0 to the Matildas.
Manny, are you in that World Cup group that Hanno made?
I'm in the Instagram chat, but I'm not really a part of the predictions thing. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, join that Super Brew one if you can. I sent it on there.
Right, is that a South African site or what is that?
I don't know. I'd use it for Premier League, Scottish Championship, where it just keeps it organized of all your predictions, and you have all your scores in there. It gives you reminders. Yeah.
Basically, predict any sports stuff if you want to go into.
I think it's excellent for Premier League, and I do Serie A and Liga, all of them.
Yeah. So, Moss, yours, Australia, Ireland.
Yeah, where's my Super Brew? I had it here. Oh yeah, here it is. I had 2-1 as well, Norway, like Manny. I had 2-0 Australia.
Okay. Canada, Nigeria.
2-1 only for us. I think it'll be a tough match. With our new jerseys. Our new jerseys will be finally coming out from Nike.
I'm going 2-0 Canada.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Manny?
Canada, Australia.
Canada,
for
Nigeria.
Me,
Nigeria.
No, wait. No, I haven't given my prediction for Canada, Australia yet.
No, Canada, Nigeria.
Our third game.
Canada, Nigeria. Oh, yeah. I'm going to say 3-1 to Canada.
Okay.
Nice.
Philippines, Switzerland. 3-0 Switzerland.
Yeah, good call. 3-0.
3-0, same.
That's what I have.
Same. Okay, so we all agree 3-0 Switzerland. Spain, Costa Rica.
I got 3-1 Spain.
Oh. I'm going 2-0 Spain. Manny?
Ooh, Spain against who? Costa Rica? Ooh. 3-1 here.
That's what I had, yeah.
Okay. USA women versus Vietnam.
For the American viewers, I have them winning by a touchdown. 7-0.
Okay. Manny?
Ooh, US against Vietnam. I'll go for a touchdown and a touchdown with the conversion. 7-0.
Yeah, me too.
Zambia, Japan.
Zambia, Japan. What did I have? I think I have Japan winning by a bunch.
I think in the Grey Cup as well, it's scored the same way, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, we tend to go for 1s and 2s a bit more because we have the Rouge, like where you can punt or miss a field goal and get a point. So sometimes we end up going for 2-pointers a lot more.
Spencer, be up yourself. of
I had 3-1. Did I have or 3-0?
2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, 13-0.
13-0. 3-0 Japan, I think I have.
I've gone 1-0 Japan.
Okay, Japan against who?
Zambia.
Zambia.
Come on, give Japan more credit. Defending world champions, they should have enough of them. I'm going to go with 3-0.
Wait, isn't USA defending world champions?
Yeah, Japan won 2 World Cups ago, wasn't it? And US won the last one, yeah. And then we won the
Ah,
We won the Olympics.
okay. England, Haiti.
Oh. I got
Eight
4-0 England.
8-0. 8-0
8-0.
England. Man,
Hanno hates Haiti.
I'm not going to go that much against them for England against Haiti. I think England still have a few problems.
I don't think they have a lot of goals in them.
Yeah, exactly. So 5-1. Yeah.
That's a good call.
No, make that 5-0. I think Ellie Roebuck should be too good for them.
I got 4-0.
Denmark, China.
I got 3-1 China. I think
2-1 Denmark.
Super Brew. Make sure it's the same.
2-0 Denmark for me.
Oh no! Here I had China 1-1. What is it then?
Okay.
I'll say 2-1. 2-1 China. 2-1 China.
Switzerland. Okay. Wait, Denmark. Where did I have Denmark finishing? Denmark. I had
You had
second.
them
Okay,
second. I had China second. Yeah.
I had Denmark second. Sweden, South Africa. 2-1.
3-1 Sweden.
3-1 Sweden, fair. Money. Sweden, South Africa.
Ooh. 3-1 Sweden.
3-1 Sweden, fair. Netherlands, Portugal. Ooh. What did I say? I said Netherlands to progress, so
2-0 Netherlands.
same. 2-0 Netherlands. Money.
Netherlands against Portugal.
Yeah.
2-1 to Netherlands.
Let's go 3-1 France to beat Jamaica.
4-1 for me.
4-1.
Yep, 3-1. I'll go.
3-1. Italy, Argentina. Let's go
What did I have on?
2-2 draw.
Hey,
2-2.
that's what I had, I think.
2-1 Italy.
I'll go 1-1. I'll go 1-1.
2-1 Italy for me.
Okay. Germany, Morocco.
Italy out of getting second, and South Africa will get second. 1-1. Germany, Morocco. 3-0 Germany.
2-1 Germany. Money. Germany, Morocco.
Yeah, 3-1 Germany.
3-1 Germany. Brazil, Panama.
2-0 Brazil.
2-0 Brazil. 3-0
3-0 Brazil.
Jinx,
show me your Coke.
No? Okay. So yeah. So yeah. But that's all the predictions. Be up everyone that has joined.
See, you already did your first round on Super Brew, Manny. You just got to plug it in like that.
Yeah, you just need to paste it in. So if you want to do join the Super Brew League, this is the main one. You guys can join it.
Agaruzzi?
Yeah, this is the. If
Agaruzzi.
you already have it.
You just
So I'll
need the
just
link.
paste it in here again.
I think
Let
it's
me
going to be a great World Cup. I hope more Australians, more people get down there and go to the games. But yeah, it's
yeah,
going to be fabulous to see when Australia is going to pack their stadiums.
definitely.
New Zealand's
So
stadium's pretty big, Hanno, do you know?
yeah, they are pretty big.
Probably
But I
because
think
they're rugby type stadiums, probably.
yeah. Same with Australia. They're also using rugby stadiums, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice big
Um,
stadium.
so it is. So let me just check if you guys can
Was
see
Colombia Korea on that first?
first
Did we
round.
miss
But
Colombia Korea? Or we got it?
Colombia, yeah. No, we did not. It's Colombia.
I had
Hmm.
2-2 Colombia Korea.
It's not showing it on mine.
Yeah, I noticed that too on Super Brew. It's
Let's
weird. It
check.
must be a
Yeah,
timing.
it is. Uh, so Colombia, South Korea. Well, that's the last match. Round one
Yeah, it
match.
is. I had 2-2 in that one.
Let me believe it is. Let's just check. Um, Switzerland, Norway. Did we have?
That's second round. That's second round.
Uh, but I don't think
But
they're
it's
in the
weird how
first
they cut
round.
off Colombia Korea though.
No, I don't think they are in the first round. I think they're placed in the second round.
That's weird. It
Um,
must be just because of the days and time zones from Australia. Maybe
yeah,
they got
could
cut
be.
off the first round.
Um, we did have Sweden, Philippines, Norway. Yeah, Norway played New Zealand, so we did have Norway, and we did have Ireland. Sorry, Switzerland. So don't know why.
Yeah, that's weird, eh? I think it's just a
That's weird.
time zone thing.
But yeah. So the next show will be then on the 24th. So next week, Monday. The next show will be.
Because yeah, it even says 15 games on Super Brew here. They cut off that 16th game somehow.
Yeah. So we will predict that game then closer to the time. Be up yourself, Chosven. Be up Spencer. Be up Luke. And to everyone that did tune in. Be up to the 2 new subscribers. Um, and
Yeah,
yeah.
you got
I remember.
some good likes. You got 13
Yeah.
likes or so.
12 likes. Decent.
Who do you
Hopefully, if
think's
you ask,
Golden Boot? Who do you guys think's Golden Boot? I have US
I'm
in
going.
that one. No.
Well, it's probably not going to be Marta because I think she's a little bit somewhat long in the tooth, but it could be a young player.
Golden
what's that?
Boot.
That that other woman's that French striker. Can't
Um,
remember.
they got Alex Morgan as the favorite. Sophie Smith of America second. I'll pick Sophia Smith as my Golden Boot. She's really scored a
Alex
lot in
Morgan
the
is from.
NWSL. Who's the Le Sommer, that French girl that's back playing striker?
Yeah,
Is that her? Eugenie Le
yeah.
Sommer? Yeah, she can
I
score.
think that.
Alexandra Pop on Germany. She could be a favorite. Alessia Russo on England.
Yeah,
Manny, do
She
you
could have a
remember?
good.
Manny,
She
you're
could have
older.
it. She could have a good tournament as well, Russo, and I think a lot will be depending on
Riding
her
on
to
her
try
now.
to
Yeah,
lead the line really. So
without
yeah.
Mead. You remember Dennis Rodman, Manny, from Chicago Bulls, and
Oh, who doesn't remember him?
his
Bad as he
daughter.
wants to be.
His daughter is on USA. Trinity Rodman.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
I've
a
read
real
about
good
her. I've read
athlete. She's
about her.
really good.
I've read.
I hope she
I've
gets
read
to
about
start.
her. Yeah, I'm sure she will.
I hope she gets to start because I've seen her play a couple of games. She is fantastic.
yeah.
She's a real athlete and she plays kind of a forward. And
but we're going to end it on the
Look
air.
that up. Look that up, Manny. One day, Dennis Rodman and all his craziness of the Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons era when they were winning.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Look, I've
now
read
his
it.
daughter, his
I've read
daughter.
about I've read about Trinity Rodman, and I'm sure she will certainly have a big make a big splash in Australia. We're going to have to
Forward,
see.
center, Stewart. Yeah, thanks for the question. Left or right forward? She kind of is. I hope she gets to start, but maybe she comes on and then scores and then gets to start. Who knows? But they're gonna hammer time Vietnam and watch her get a bunch of goals.
Yeah, lambs to the slaughter, the Vietnamese. I'm sorry to say that.
Oh, I feel
I do love some good Vietnamese pho, but I'm sorry.
yeah, it's my favorite food, Mexican and Vietnamese food as well. But
Yeah,
man, that's
but
tough. Them having to
let's
play
end
USA
it.
right off the hop. Oh,
Yeah, let's end it here. So yeah, most where can people find you?
yeah. Me and Luke, he was in the chat a bit. We're across the pond sports talk, so a lot of times we do NFL, NBA, MLS, North American sports, and try to cater to UK and people around the world watching it. But yeah, in normal time, we do a lot of the Arsenal watch alongs. We'll be doing the Arsenal versus MLS All Stars on Wednesday night. Find us on Across the Pond Sports Talk on Twitter and Threads. It's at ATP Sports Talk. Yeah, I'm in Canada, eh? And yeah, we'll be doing that Arsenal game. We'll be doing Canada, Nigeria Thursday night in the Women's World Cup. And this next weekend, we'll be playing Manchester United in New York City, Arsenal. So we'll do that game as well. That's 10 p.m. UK time. So lots of people will be able to see that Manchester United Arsenal. On Instagram, I'm CKMoss16. So don't be shy and add me there too. Thanks, Hanno, for putting this together.
Yeah, no, Manny.
Yeah, social media. Catch me on Instagram and Threads, Manny Thangodarai 1981, which is my full name and my year of birth. If you want to catch me on Twitter, still maintain some presence there, if only because most of my old friends are there for what it's worth. It's Thangodarai 1981, which is my surname and my year of birth. Big up, Hanno, for making this happen. Always love being on the Coach's Corner. We are also, of course, bringing you some cricket starting tomorrow. I don't know if there will be a watch along, but maybe there will be. We'll let you know in due course. And big up to all my other channels on YouTube where you can catch me. No channel of my own as of yet, but I am trying to look to get that done. And looking forward to this Women's World Cup. Hope to catch a few of the games if I possibly can, if time permits. And I do hope England will do well, but I don't really have much hope of this team going too far forward because of the injuries and the inconsistency that's crept into their play. But it should be a great tournament and a great advertisement for the women's game. And I am looking forward to watching as many games as I can. So thanks a lot to everyone in the chat who's come in and watched. You're the ones who make this channel and there's some stream what they are. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the sporting action that's on offer. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Don't do anything the three of us wouldn't do. For now, though, I am bushed and I need to sleep. Cheers, everyone.
Manny, I was gonna say, Manny, if there's a game you particularly want to do and it's what in your morning or your evening or whatever, and you want to do it, let me know. I mean, me and Luke will set it up and you can do your thing on our channel because I always think you do a great job of play-by-play action. So yeah, feel free. If there's a game you really want to do, let us know. And if it's on Hanno's channel or my channel, whatever, people sign up.
I'll take you up on that because obviously when it comes to the cricket, Hanno knows about my play-by-play commentary. But yeah, Chris, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm looking forward to catching some of your watch-alongs. I know that you're going to make sure you really kick it. And I probably won't be coming on the baseball stream with you for quite some time because that is brutal.
Yeah, I don't do baseball much. Blue Jays, maybe, but yeah, MLS, and we'll be doing all these Arsenal and the America tour matches, and And yeah, I'll be trying to do all the Canadian women's games, of course, if I can. But there's a, I think the Australia game's like 6 a.m. or something like that, my time. 4 a.m. Oh my God, that might be tough. Might have to
Oh boy.
and then wake up.
Mm.
Good
Quick
luck with that,
question.
Chris.
Yeah, I made it for World Cup a few 4 a.m. games. I might be able to do it for the men's World Cup
What do you guys think Arsenal will finish? I'm going to say
next year.
second or third for now.
I'll just stay with my top two that I predicted last year, and everyone thought I was crazy. And we got top two, but yeah, I think we got to make that extra step now, Manny, and win the damn thing.
Yeah, the only problem is, I
Man City.
think,
We get this Guardiola, Hano and Manny. What do you guys think? If they get him for
Guardiola's
100 million,
quality. Guardiola's
oh,
quality. I mean,
if you had him and Saliba at center back, I don't think you'd ever get scored on.
oh, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Guardiola isn't exactly perfect, but he is absolute quality. Anyone like him who can keep a seasoned defender like Domago Vida out of the Croatian team is absolute
He's
quality.
a
And I
monster. I'm
think
scared. I'm scared if City get
Croatia Croatia missed him in the Nations League stages. I think.
yeah, he's an absolute brilliant center back. I'm scared if Man
Yeah.
City get him. What about you, Hano? Chelsea's made a lot of outgoings. No, I think he got rid
I'm
of a bomb. I
expecting
think he even got rid of a Aubameyang to Marseille. I think I heard.
yeah, he's on his way to Marseille. Fourth. No, fifth at least.
But yeah,
I
you
think
did a pretty
Newcastle
good
and
job.
us.
Pretty good job of selling. I think Chelsea's done a better job than I thought they would do
Yeah.
selling.
Spencer saying I've gotten up at 4:30 games here in the US for Liverpool. It's brutal.
Yeah, I've had to do
Oh,
5:30 a.m. Spencer must be out west, maybe in North America,
I think is what Spencer. You are in
California or something.
uh, New York. I think it's Southern
4:30
region, is it?
a.m.
Spencer, where are you? I think
He
you're
must be out
Southern.
west if he says 4:30 a.m. California. I was right.
Ah, I thought you were more Southern, but yeah. Yeah. We need to get rid of a few more. And we have done a great job. But now the narrative is we have a thin squad. Where before the narrative was as we won't be able to get rid of so many players. So yeah, near
You
San
guys,
Francisco.
you guys got that super awesome. I was watching the under 20 World Cup panel down in Argentina. I was watching those matches, and you guys got that Ecuadorian kid, Kendry Paez.
Yeah.
He's 16. He was in the under 20 World Cup, and he was like the best player, pretty much.
Well,
Chelsea have done a great job of getting young talents. Like
I
you have
think
that
the young talents
Italian guy,
will mostly
Cassidy,
be.
too.
I
Yeah,
think it will be mostly be loaned out. Really.
yeah. I
So,
mean, they'll play in your youth team for now,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
man, you really got some good talents.
Yeah. But most will definitely sort out some stuff of the watch longs. But yeah, yep, everyone, you guys know where to find me. Instagram, Hanu_coach_.
Are you going to do
Corner.
any Women's World Cup, Hannah, or it's just bad
I
times,
think
or what?
later on,
Later on in the
or we
playoffs?
might do it on both channels.
Okay, let me
Um,
know. Yeah, let me know.
yeah. But yeah, be happy, guys. See you all in a bit. Peace out.
Take care.